Okay, hi students, welcome. Today we are going to start a new course, Computer Organization and Architecture. I am giving this course for IT second year and the Computer Science second year students. So let us see this course together. Today we are going to discuss about basic concepts and the computer evolution, as well as we are going to see the difference between computer organization and architecture. This term create ትንሽ እንግዲህ ይምታታል። ፈተና ላይ ደግሞ በብዛት ይመጣል ይሄ ነገር። What's computer organization? What's computer architecture? What is their difference? You have to know. Okay. So when we say computer organization, what we mean by that? Okay. Let us see their definition. Computer architecture, when we say this, it deals with what functional behavior of computer system. ኦርጋናይዜሽን እና አርኪቴክቸር ከሁለቱ ፋንክሽናል ቢሄቪየር ኦፍ ኮምፒውተር ሲስተም ዲል የሚያደርገው አርኪቴክቸር ነው። ኦኬ ኮምፒውተር አርኪቴክቸር which deals with what functional behavior of computer system. Okay, why not kala saarata labadan computer architecture iyo computer organization. It's also what attribute of computer architecture is what design. Okay, when attribute of computer organization is what implementation or utilization. Okay, it's utilization. Attribute of computer organization is utilization, and attribute of computer architecture is what design. Okay, computer architecture deals with functional behavior of computer system design implementation for the various parts of computer. What? Since it's architecture, it design implementation for what? Various parts of computer. Not only a specific part, it's various part, okay? So when we say computer organization, it deals with what? Structural relationship. Okay? Deal with what? Structural, their relationship no deal የሚያደርገው okay? Their structural relationship ላይ focus ያደርጋል ማለት ነው. That's called computer organization. Operational attributes are linked together. It speak about what? Link, about relationship, okay? Operational attributes are what? Linked together and contribute to the realize architectural specification, okay? This also speak about what? Architectural specification, okay? Computer organization contribute to what? Realize the architectural specification, which was on design for computer architecture. On computer architecture, these are what? Its own design. It deal also with functional behavior of computer, not what structural relationship. Okay. Okay. What's the attribute of computer architecture? If we say attribute of computer structure is designing. Okay. Attribute of computer architecture is what? Designing. When attribute of computer organization is what? Utilization. This is overall definition of organization and architecture, or computer organization and architecture, or COA. You have to know this, okay? If it come on exam, you have to remember functional behavior, which deal about functional behavior. It's computer architecture. Which which one is the attribute of computer architecture? It is what? Designing. Computer organization deals with what? Structural relationship, and operational attributes are linked together and contribute to realize architectural what? Specification. Okay, let us see them in detail. When we see this is a circuit. We wanted to develop a circuit which add 2 bits. Okay, we will see this in detail when we enter around chapter 3 or 4 and 4, how to draw logical gates. First of all, now we have a problem, and we want to what? Build a machine or circuit, okay, which solve addition of 2 bits problem. First, what we need? First, we need to determine what? It's part of the structure. For example, 0 plus 0, when we say, since computer language is binary, is 0 and 1, when we say 0 plus 0, we have sum is 0, carry also what? 0. When we say 0 plus 1, we have sum 1 and the carry 0. When we say 1 plus 0, it is the same. Carry is 0 and the sum is what? 1. When we say 1 plus 1, here our sum is 0, but we have 1 carry. Okay? አንድ አለ ማለት ነው አለን እዚህ ጋር ማለት ነው so when we want to develop circuit which solve the problem of adding 2 bits, first what we have to do, we have to what, determine parts of the structure. For example, this part of structure, not structure, it's part of what, structure, which means function ማለት ነው so which deals about function of ዲል የሚያደርጉ ማን ነው ማለት ነው ኮምፒውተር አርኪቴክቸር ማለት ነው okay this is example of computer architecture. Okay, for example when we say parts of the structure and then organizing the available resource, these available resource which we have NAND gates, after we organize this we will do, you see, we linked all resources which we have by using what, universal NAND gate. Okay, we will see this in detail. So structures, parts of structures, when we say we are speaking about function, the operation of individual component as part of the structure. What? The operation of what? Individual component as part of the structure we are putting. Okay, which means by default we are designing ማለት ነው okay. This is architecture. This is best example of what? Architecture, which means computer architecture. So function is what? Operation of individual component, as we see. Here we have some, here we have carry. So this is computer architecture ማለት ነው. Example of computer architecture. Okay, when we say function or computer architecture also deals about what? Function. Okay. Okay, so attribute of computer architecture is what? Designing. So we put the design here. We are going to the build a circuit. We already have what? A design. So this is design. Okay, and this is best example of what? Computer architecture. When we come to structure itself, not part of the structure, we say structure now. We are speaking about what? Computer organization. Okay, structure is what? The way in which components relate to each other. Way. We are speaking about now the way, which means relation, in which relation they are connected to each other, how they are linked together. That is what? Computer organization. Okay, so this is a best example of computer organization. So when we say operation, the operation unit and their interconnection that realize the architectural specification. Now we specify this architecture. You see, this is this one. This is what? Architectural specification, which means in detail ማለት ነው. So this is what? Organization. We organized it. So this is the best example of what? Computer organization. So attribute of computer organization is what? Utilization, as I told you previously. So this is you have to know this in detail. You will see in detail also. When we come to next slide, it's about computer organization and the computer architecture. Let me summarize it. Computer architecture, when we say attributes of a system which is visible to programmer, that is computer architecture. And attributes of a system which is what? Visible to whom? The programmer. It have also what? Direct impact on the logical execution of a program. Okay, it have what? Direct impact. When we say architectural attributes, it include instruction set, number of bits used to represent various data type, input-output mechanisms, techniques for what? Addressing memory also. These are included under what? Architectural attributes. What and the what are included under this? Instructional set, number of bits used to represent various data type, input and output mechanisms, and the technique for addressing what? Memory. When we come to computer organization, the operational unit and their interconnection. When we are speaking about organization, we are speaking about the relation and their connection. Okay, the operational unit and what their interconnections that realize architectural specification. Okay, realize what architectural specification. When we come to this attribute, organizational attribute include hardware detail, transparent to the programmer. Okay, that one is visible to the programmer. This one is what transparent to the programmer. Control what signal interfaces between the computer and the peripheral memory technology used. Okay, this is attribute that is available under computer organization. Okay, okay. When we come to structure and the function, which one is the structure, which one is function, which deals about structure, which deals about functions, we have to know. Part of structure, if we say, we are speaking about architecture. Okay, but structure as whole is what organization. Function is what? Function is, as we see previously, it is what? Architecture. Okay, look at here. You see, function what? The operation of individual component as part of structure. No? Part of structure. Okay, and this is directly connected with our with what? With computer architecture. Okay, when we say structure, look at there the way in which components relate to each other. Okay, it is a way. It is a way in which components are related to each other. That is directly connected with what? Computer organization. But if we say part of structure, we are speaking about a function, okay? That's architecture. Okay, let us see them. A hierarchical system, for example, set of interrelated subsystems. Uh, Hierarchical nature of complex system in essential to both their design and their description. Designer need only deal with what? A particular level of system at time, okay? Concerned with structure and the function at each level. So when we say structure, the way in which components relate to each other, we say already. When we say function, the operation of individual components as part of the structure, okay? Okay, function. There are four basic functions that a computer can perform. The first one is what? Data processing. It's a function which computer perform. The first one is what? Data processing. The second one, after it process, it maybe its data storage is there. The third one is data movement, and the fourth one is what? Control. These are what? Four basic functions that a computer can perform. You have to know, okay? If I say list four basic functions that computer can perform, if I say data processing, data storage, data movement, and data control, okay? When we say data processing, data may take wide variety of forms and the range of processing requirements is broad. When we say data storage, short term and long term is there, as you know. When we say data movement, there is I/O, which means input output. When data are received from or delivered to a device or peripheral device, that's what direct connected to the computer. When we say data communication, when data are moved over longer distance, okay? When data is moved over long distance to or from remote device, that's called data communication, okay? When we say control, under control, these two are I/O and the data communication is under data movement. Okay. When we come to control, a control unit manage what? The computer resources and orchestrates the performance of its functional part in response to instruction. Which simply data control means what? Manage the computer resource. Simply. Okay. Okay, when we say structure, let us see. This is the structure. For example, computer contain input output. Okay. Then from input output by system bus, it may come toward what? Main memory or toward what? CPU. Okay. computer contain input output devices. Main memory is also there. CPU, which means the brain of computer, is there. When we take CPU contain what? Registers are arithmetic logical unit is there. Internal bus is there. This internal bus is what? It connects them, okay? When we say bus, it's what? It is እነሱን ኮኔክት የሚያደርግ ነው። ኦኬ ፎር ኤግዛምፕል ኢንፑት እና አውትፑት እና ሜን ሚሞሪ የሚገናኘው በሲስተም ባስ ነው። ሜን ሚሞሪ እና ሲፒዩ የሚገናኘው በሲስተም ባስ ነው። ሲፒዩ and the input output waxa isku xidhiidhiya waxa weeye waa system buskan, okay? When we come to CPU and see the CPU only, under CPU of registers and the ALU or arithmetic logical unit is connected by what? Internal bus, okay? Arithmetic logical unit and the control unit also connected with what? Internal bus. There is a movement, okay, between them. Registers and the control unit also connected by what? Internal bus. When we see control unit only also, under control unit what we have? Sequencing logic is there. Control unit registers and decoders is there. Control memory is also what? There. This is what? A top-down view of a computer, okay? From top to down when we go. This is what we call a structure. A structure is what? Or structure is what? Computer organization, okay? There are 4 main structural components of the computer. We have here what? 4. Function ስንት ነበር ያልነው? 4. What? Data, movement, data processing, data storage, and the control. These are what? 4 basic functions that a computer can perform. Function, okay? Which means architecture ስር ያለውን function, okay? When we come to the 4 main structural components of the computer. The first one is what? CPU, brain of computer የሚባለው, controls the operation of the computer and perform its data processing functions, okay? The second one is main memory, store data in the ቡኻር ነው ማለት ነው, okay? IO ነው ሌላኛው, move data between the computer and its external environment, input, output, okay? It moves data between what? The computer and its external environment. When we come to system interconnection, አራቱ እነዚህ ናቸው. Some mechanisms that provide for communication among what? CPU, main memory, and IO. These are what? System interconnection ይባላል. It's a mechanism that provide communication among CPU, main memory, and IO. እነዚህን ሶስቱ ኮሚኒኬት እንዲያደርጉ mechanism የሚያመቻች any communicate ገረ ያምቡ ያመቻቻል ማለት ነው. So that is what? System interconnection. These are 4 main structural components of computer, okay? When we come to CPU, now we are going to see them one by one, okay? When we come to CPU, is control unit. These are major structural components of CPU, okay? Control unit is what? Controls the operation of the CPU and hence the computer, okay? It controls the operation of CPU and hence the computer. When we say ALU or arithmetic and the logical unit, this perform computer data processing function. And ታውቃላችሁ already introduction to ላይ ወስዳችሁታል. When we say registers provide what? Storage internal to the CPU, okay? Provide storage internal to the CPU. When we say CPU interconnection, we already speak about this also. It's a mechanism that provide for communication among what? Control unit, arithmetic logical unit, and registers. We are just dealing this diagram, okay? ይህን ማየት ያዝ ነው። አሁን እዚህ ጋር ጨርስን እዚህ መተናል ማለት ነው፣ ኦኬ? እነዚህ መሃል this is what? internal bus ነው ማለት ነው፣ ኦኬ? ኦኬ CPU interconnection ያደርጋል ማለት ነው፣ ኦኬ? When we come to multi-core computer structure, uh, central processing unit or CPU is portion of computer that what fetch and execute instruction. It's portion of computer that fetches and executes instruction. Consists of what? An arithmetic logical unit, control unit, and a register. CPU contain these three things, okay? And it's interconnection, okay? Arithmetic logical unit አለው, control unit አለ, and the register is there also. Referred to as what? Processor in a system with a single processing unit, okay? CPU is referred to as a processor in a system with single processing unit. When we say core, an individual processing unit on a processor chip, that is core, okay? An individual processing unit on a processor chip is called what? Core. May be equivalent in functionality to a CPU. When we see its functionality, it is equivalent to CPU, but not equal, okay? On a single CPU system, specialized processing units are also referred to as what? Cores. Specialized processing units are also referred as cores. Processors, when we say, it is what? A physical piece of silicon containing one or more cores is called processors. Okay? One or more core ያለው አሁን ለምሳሌ የኔ ኮምፒውተር ኮር i7 ነው ምናምን ብለን እናወራለን። የኔ ኮር i5 ነው። It's what physical piece of silicon contain one or more cores. Is computer component that interprets and execute what? Instruction. Processor is what? Computer component that interprets and executes instruction. Don't forget. It referred to as what? Multi-core processor if it contain multiple cores. If it contain multiple core, it referred as what? Multi-core processor ይባላል ማለት ነው። Okay. Cache memory. Next, now we are going to see about memory. So ሰዓቱም ደርሷል። ክላስም ስላለኝ ያው አሁን 12 ሰዓት ከ27 ብሏል። So we will see in class and I will upload video also for you. Under cache memory is multiplier of memory between the processor and the main memory. It is what? A multiplier memory between what? Between processor and the main memory ነው ያለው። Cache memory is smaller and faster than main memory. You have to know this, okay? Cache memory is used to speed up memory access by placing in the cache data from main memory that is likely to be what used in the near future. ይዞ ይጠብቃል። አሁን ይጠቀማል ብሎ የሚያስበውን ዩዘሩ ይዞ እንትን በመሃል በሜሞሪ እና በፕሮሰሰሩ መሃል በመሆን እንደ እንትን ያገለግላል ማለት ነው። ኦኬ A greater performance improvement may be obtained by using what? Multiple level of cache. Great performance improvement ለማግኘት ከተፈለገ ብዙ ሌቭል ያላቸውን ካሽ በመጠቀም with level 1 L1 closest to the core and additional levels ሌሎችን L2 L3 እየጨመረ በመጣ ቁጥር ፐርፎርማንሱ እየጨመረ ይመጣል የኮምፒውተር ማለት ነው። ኦኬ progressively further from the core. Okay, we will see others in class. Thank you.